Hello everybody, welcome back to Screenstars. I'm here today to bring you my review for the 2024 action film Gunner. The film is co-written and directed by Dimitri Longithis. I probably pronounced that incorrectly. And the film stars Luke Hemsworth, Morgan Freeman, Michael Shannon Jenkins, Conady Wolf and Grant Feely. Now, the film focuses on Luke Hemsworth's character, Lee Gunner, who is an ex-Green Beret who has now retired from the military and is trying to mend the pieces of his broken family. He's got an ex-wife, one teenage son, one younger son, and one older son who joined the military and unfortunately passed away. He's trying to reconnect with his two kids, so he decides to take them camping. Whilst out there camping, they stumble across like a drugs lab. And while he's trying to get his kids out of there, the unthinkable happens. His two children get kidnapped, and it's up to Gunner to try and get his kids back. And in order to do that, he has to break out of prison Morgan Freeman's character, Riker, who is the father of the criminal that's stolen his children. And he's going to use Morgan Freeman as a negotiation to get his kids back. Right, what are my thoughts on Gunner? Well, I mean, this is a very simple, run-of-the-mill, lower budget action film. It's not great. It's not even really what you could describe as good. But it's, I suppose the best compliment I can give this is it's watchable. And I think the action films are of a decent standard for a film of this budget. Luke Hemsworth obviously is the brother of the other two Hemsworth brothers. He is you could argue, the lesser known brother. He's the Poundland version, I suppose, which might be a bit of a cruel thing to say. But he handles this role quite well in regards to the action lead here. He's convincing in the action scenes. His hand-to-hand stuff's very good. He appears to know what he's doing with the weapons and all that kind of stuff, and you buy him as this kind of really skilled ex-Green Beret trying to get his kids back. And for that, I mean, quite a lot of these lower budget action films, they'll cast someone in the main role, and they're just not believable as action leads, or the production doesn't allow it to kind of pull the wool over your eyes a little bit. So I'm not here to say that Luke Hemsworth did all his own stunts and he was incredible in every scene and stuff, but he certainly appeared to be competent in everything he was doing on screen here. Morgan Freeman, okay, he's doing a lot of these films these last few years now. I don't know whether he's done with Hollywood movies or this is the only work he can get, but it's Morgan Freeman. He actually has got a bigger role in this film than you might imagine. And initially, when you first meet the Morgan Freeman character, he's talking to his son from prison. Behind the glass, talking on the phone to his son. And you're thinking, those are the only scenes we're going to get of Morgan Freeman, aren't we? With him in prison talking to his son over a phone or something. That's completely what I expected. But actually, it's not the case, because as I mentioned, Luke Hemsworth has to break him out of prison in order to negotiate with this criminal, with his son, Morgan Freeman's son, to get his kids back. So there's extended scenes of Morgan Freeman like chatting to Luke Hemsworth in a vehicle sort of thing. Morgan Freeman is very rarely bad. I'm not saying this is his best performance that you're ever going to get, because quite clearly it's not. But it's nice to have Morgan Freeman in this film. He does a decent enough job, but he is not like a big part of this film or anything like that. So it really depends if you're a fan of these, mid, B-movie like action films. I've seen quite a lot of them in my time doing this channel, reviewed quite a lot of them in my time on this channel, and many of them are unbearably bad. like overly complex plots, really cheap effects. And while some of the effects here you question, it's one of those, when they shoot and they hit people with the bullets. It's like that CGI effect. That you see a lot in lower budget films. Surely it must be cheaper to put blood packs on people than actually CGI a blood splatter. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong, but that it certainly would look more realistic. So I don't know why they do that. Don't do that anymore in these lower budget action films. They just it does spoil it a little bit, and it does spoil it a little bit here. It doesn't dwell on it too much. Sometimes they'll do it too much in these lower budget action films, and you're just like, it just completely breaks the immersion, and it doesn't ever really get that bad here, to be fair. And like I say, Luke Hemsworth handles himself really quite well in these action scenes, so you kind of buy his performance and buy quite a lot of the action scenes, and there's quite a lot of them in the film as well. And then you've got this whole dynamic, obviously, of these two kids that are being held hostage. And the performances from the kids are decent enough, I suppose. But that's not really why you're here for the film. You're here to watch Luke Hemsworth kicking ass and trying to get his kids back, and that's exactly what you get here. You're not really getting any more than that here. It's not trying to be something it isn't. It's quite clearly. It's one of those action films that what you see on the tin is exactly what you're getting. There's no silly plot lines running through it. That kind of. I mean, there's a little bit of a subplot about this son that he lost who joined the military, and that's kind of why he's been a bit distant with his kids, sort of thing. But they don't run with that too far. It doesn't pull on the heartstrings too much. It doesn't delve into family drama that much, really. Just a couple of bits and pieces here and there. It knows what it is, this film. It knows what it's trying to be, and what it is and what it's trying to be is exactly what I've said. And that is, a watchable action film with a competent lead, with some decent action films in it. Just don't go into this expecting any more, because you won't get it. Essentially, this is a very, very basic action film that you read this. Some films you read the synopsis and you get this vision in your head of what you're going to get, and that's exactly what you're getting with this film. It doesn't pretend to be anything else. So, while this isn't a film I can strongly recommend, I watched it all the way through. I thought the pacing was good. I never really felt bored with it, but at the same time, the quality, the lower quality sticks out like a sore thumb sometimes. So, yeah. Let me know, guys, if you've seen Gunner or if you're intending on watching it, what your thoughts are. And I will, of course, be back with plenty more reviews and content on the channel very, very soon.